Virgo, and welcome to Looking Glass Letterbox. This is Erica, and this is the November 2019 general reading for Virgo. Again, it is a general reading, so it may not connect for all of you, but hopefully there's something interesting or helpful or entertaining you can take with you to consider throughout the month. We're moving out of Libra season, which was about getting a bird's eye view of the lay of the land, seeing where things stand, rearranging things, and bringing them back into balance and equilibrium, saying, being aware of where we are placed within that picture and deciding how we want to move forward from that point. Now we're going into Scorpio season, which is about the transformation. So it's about the becoming of the next evolution of ourselves, dealing with the next evolution of circumstance and opportunity and challenge and things like that are going to be available to engage with towards the end of the year. So we are going to begin here for you with your notes from the universe on loving connection. And your treasure is at hand. Sure, you can always find prettier, handsomer, skinnier, wiser, richer, younger, zippier, but more often than not, one learns the most, laughs the loudest, and smiles the widest with those they've already found, especially when they stop looking elsewhere. Actually, zippier is on quite a few lists. Tally-ho, the universe. Okay, so if you feel like you're in search of something, in search of perfection, in search of the vision of what you thought your life would be like by this point, if you're in search of some sort of image of how you think your life should be at this point, or what you think you need in order to have that life or that circumstance or that job or that relationship, if there's something that you feel like you need to control and bring into a state of perfection, in order to do that, take a step back, take a breath, and look around at what you already have without changing anything at all. What is immediately around you right now that you appreciate, that you are grateful for, that you can recognize that, okay, this is something valuable that I may not have included in that picture that I am envisioning, and moving forward for. It's not a bad thing to have goals. It's not a bad thing to want to do something and as well and as detailed and as thoroughly as you can. But sometimes when it's something that we envision of our future, of our someday, that picture of our someday. Someday I'm going to be this person. Someday I'm going to have this. Someday I'm going to do this. Someday, and then that someday, that's when I'll be happier. That's when I'll be complete. So if you're connecting with this, and that is something that you are having trouble with, or that tends to frustrates you, or gives you anxiety, things like that, just when in those moments when you're feeling out of balance and off kilter and defeated, take a breath in, slow down, and look around you at what you've already accomplished, what you've already achieved, those people in your life that you value and that also recognize how much they value you. Don't take for granted and gloss over all of the beautiful connections that you currently have in your life, even though it's not, it may not even be close to what you would like it to be. Look at it how it is, recognize it for what it is, and maybe appreciate it in a way that you may not have because you've been sort of target driven and focused on a goal going forward. So sometimes that can cause a little bit of tunnel vision, especially if you are one that likes to get lost in the details or be very or if you can get lost in the minutia, especially when you're at a frustrating point of the development and you get lost in the minutia of everything that is involved in what it is that you're trying to create. It's not a bad thing that you want to do it well and that you want to do it thoroughly, but in those moments, if you feel like you are frustrated or that you're stalled or that, you're in the sort of that maddening position that nothing is going the way that you need it to go to get to where you would like to be, it may be time to take a break and rebalance and look around you and remember to, filter back in and recognize all of those things that you are bringing with you into that vision of your future that may have turned into wallpaper a little bit, if that makes sense. And this is the universe has my back. I choose love no matter what. Okay, reconnect to the purpose, to the why of whatever goals that you're moving forward on, of whatever it is that you are trying to do or trying to accomplish or trying to assist with or trying to be a part of. and if you're in that state of being sort of frustrated that there's a stall, or the development is getting, snagging and getting a little bit knotted up at this point, I feel like for some of you out there, that's what's happening. Things are not, you've done the things that you need to do to, to advance or to progress or to develop in a certain way, but now you may have to wait on somebody else to do their part, and you're getting frustrated because it's just not, you're not receiving, the reciprocation, the exchange of energy. You're sort of stalled. You'd like to move faster. You'd like to, to get this ball rolling, get the show on the road, because you're caught up in, the energy. It's a magnificent energy to embody and to exemplify when you're a person that makes things happen, when you're a person that is very adept and very thorough at manifesting and very decisive and target driven in those avenues. You can lose sight of why you wanted to do that in the first place. So this may be a sign that you need to stop, take a breath, recognize all of the glorious, blessings and, manifestations and things that you've already created around you, and what, looking back, how far you've come, what you've done, and then reconnect to the why you set off in this course in the first place. And if it's connected with love and authenticity and generosity and your own well-being, as well as the well-being of those people that are connected with you and that you are in connection with, then that is going to rejuvenate and re-amplify you to help get the ball rolling again after, just a break, to let time and space catch up. Because sometimes, especially Virgos, I feel they can get ahead of time and circumstance. If they're really focused on making something happen, and they're not fooling around, and it can be very, very maddening and frustrating when time and circumstance does not comply with what it is that they would like to happen. So this may just be a time where you're ahead of the game, where you're ahead of the, you're ahead of the curve on this one. So you just got to wait for the energy and for the opportunities and for serendipity and, the reciprocating energies. You have to just slow down and take a breath and, allow it to catch up with you, okay, for whoever this is connecting with. All right, and at the end of October, going into November, the Daughter of Swords. Okay, so that's the Page of Swords, so that is a message. Some sort of information is coming to you. The swords are our thoughts and our communications and our intellectual awareness and conceptualizations of our story and what we think we're capable of, what we would like to do, the decisions that we take. So some sort of information that you're not quite sure how to apply it or how to integrate it into your plans may be coming to you at the end of the month and going. But I think see these little sparkles that are around her, and she's sort of sitting peacefully on that sword. This isn't like a, dun dun dun, this is a big old rinse in the works and I'm going to ruin all of your plans sort of information. This is sort of a serendipitous, synchronistic, opportunity that can make whatever plans you've been involved in, that can sort of, bring a little bit of the magic back to it, sort of reinforce it and reinfuse it with something valuable and something remarkable. It has the potential to light it up, and with color and with vibrancy, and just that little twinkle of delightfulness to what it is that you've been working on. And then we have the middle of November. All right, the Four of Cups. All right, you may be going a little bit inward, drawing inward. Again, you may be taking that break to reconnect with your purpose, to appreciate the things that are around you, to check in with yourself, especially after Libra season, which was about following Virgo season, which was about going inward and doing some self-care and reevaluating how far you've come to this point. In transformation season, and as you're becoming the next evolution, of yourself, you may be, assessing that big picture view, because you would have gotten a very detailed view in Libra season of the lay of the land and where things stand, where you are within that picture, and then also likely where everybody else that exists within that picture as well. Especially if you're a Virgo on a mission, if you're a Virgo that is, has some definite things that they want to make happen by the end of the year, you would have a very sort of a broad scope understanding and, placements of where you think everything is lying to operate from a point of command in order to not just support your own development and getting to the goal that you would like to achieve, but to help to assist those people that are connected with you and that are important to you and that you value and that you love, you know, doing as much as you can to help them to get into the position they need to be in for their next stage of development. So in the middle of November, you may be going within and just checking in with yourself, and you know, you have the, you know, what you've achieved so far out in front of you. You have new opportunities that are going to be descending and coming forward to you. And you're going to have some information that you're going to have to sort of reevaluate and plug into this master plan that whoever this is connecting with has put together. So you're going to, I think it's going to be, again, this doesn't feel like it's a foreboding sort of thing. It feels like, okay, because four of Cups can also be sort of about a scarcity sort of mindset. So you may feel like you need to regroup because you may not have the wealth of resources that you thought that you'd have available to you at this point, and you have to make some decisions to reevaluate or redirect, you know, different resources that you have available to you, and then also, you know, checking your stability, you know, going into rest and rejuvenate and consider how you're going to expend your energy and your intention and your activity moving forward into the end of the year. So this feels like a sort of a withdrawal to restabilize in order to move forward in a smarter, more effective, more efficient way through to the end of the year. And then going towards the end of November and into December, we have the Mother of Pentacles. Okay, that makes sense, because that restabilizing and checking your resources and redirecting and reallocating things in different directions because you may not have as much as you thought that you would, even though there's this new investment, this new inspiration that you can plug into the plans that you've already been making. By the end of the month and by, you know, Thanksgiving, you know, coming up on Thanksgiving, some of you are going to be back in that Mother of Pentacles vibe. It's a nurturing vibe. It's knowing how to create abundance and create a nurturing, peaceful, rich environment to not just support yourself, but to support those people that depend upon you, that you find that you know you value and that you love and that you care for, and not just people, the circumstances that you want to encourage, you know, healthy growth and development within. So you're going to be back in that place of grounded earthly power in regards to the nurturing and the development of manifestation of the 3D experience that you and the people that you love are experiencing in their lives. And I mean, at the bottom of the decks of these cards, you have some major, you got some queens in play. So you got Mother of Wands here. That's about, you know, knowing how to take the actions and be vibrant and social and exuberant and proactive. And the Mother of Wands knows how to get things done and get them done in a big way. At the bottom of the deck, sort of influencing this state of sort of peaceful manifestation. And I think that's what the beginning of the Scorpio season is going to be like for whoever this is connecting with. It's about slowing down, allowing time and circumstance to catch up with you, to, you know, infuse what it is that you've been working on and connect to give you the results that you've been working towards. You're just a little bit ahead of them, you know, and taking a restful point to incorporate new inspiration and new information to restabilize and to reallocate your resources in order to exist and exemplify and embody that Mother of Pentacles, nurturing, peaceful, supportive, abundant manifestation energy. Very grounded, very beautiful. Excellent, Virgo. That's lovely. And this is your animal spirit oracle card. And you've got the lizard. Okay. This also may be influencing this going inward with the Four of Cups and sort of regrouping, you know, within yourself. The lizard, it's a fire energy. It's instinctual. It's very sensitive to the subtle. It's artistic, telepathic, and spiritual. When it's out of balance, it's elusive and non-committal and flaky. And it's also very, you know, sensory reactive. Like the lizard, if the rock that it's sitting on warms up, it warms up. You know, so it's very, you know, sensitive and responsive to the environment that it is existing within. So if you're feeling some oversensitivity to slight shifts in the environment that you've been operating in, that also may be why you're drawing a little bit inward to refocus and regroup and come back to your center so that you can embody that Queen of Pentacles energy again, and that sort of that the sort of, you know, it's a very aware energy, but it's a very, you know, the strength that exists within this very the peaceful nature of this card has a very strong, secure, stable, peacefully confident core at it. And if you're feeling in a state of environmental sensitivity of what's happening around you, that may throw that a little bit out of whack. So drawing inward to restabilize and regroup is, you know, is a nurturing, responsible, effective thing to do in those situations. Okay, so if you are feeling a little oversensitized to the environment that you're in, don't be afraid to just, you know, take some time for yourself, you know, each day, just to regroup and go in and reevaluate and rest, and just check on where you are within the scenario, where you'd like to go, and how, you know, what you have available to you in form of, you know, emotional stores and emotional resources, you know, to rejuvenate in order to move further forward from there. But again, there's no rush, there's no hurry. You know, take the time to adjust and to regroup, and then to move forward into that stable position. And then, yeah, the lizard card is about sort of being overstimulated by big crowds or lots of travel, or bright lights and a lot of, you know, calamity in the periphery of what it is that you're doing, that you may need to take some quiet time to yourself, just to be quiet and to be still, and to regroup. All right, and then this is your Enchanted Map Oracle, and Slow and Steady. All right, I think we've mentioned that a time or two. So slow and steady wins the race. Okay, and with slow and steady, you want to remember that it's time for easy movement, unhurried steps, and a steady heart. So that's, you know, when you're feeling overstimulated, or when you're feeling like you're a little bit out of alignment, or that you're frustrated that things aren't developing as quickly as you would like them to, slow and steady. Slow down. Take your, you know, count your breath. Come back into, you know, a calm, embodied, confident, peaceful state, and allow time and circumstance to catch up with you. There's no hurry, there's no rush. Trust that taking the more leisurely pace, to slowing down and allowing things to develop in the time that it's going to take them to do so. Trust that is going to, you know, further advance and further develop and give you greater access to what it is that you are trying to achieve. Slowing down allows more contact with the juicier elements of that development and of your life, and it allows you to enjoy the life that you're living while working towards the goal that you have set out to, you know, the point that you would like to arrive to next. All right, so don't be too much in a hurry. Slow down and allow things to develop, allow time to catch up with you, allow serendipity to find you. Because you're not moving so fast to and fro, you know, and changing your place, so that the synchronicity and the serendipity, you know, can be in the place where you are at the right time. All right, and this is a situation that some of you may be dealing with in November, and that is Queen of Pentacles. All right, coming back into yourself, coming back into that strong, stable Queen Mother presence. Queen of Pentacles is about providing abundance and nurturing, not just for herself, but for her family and for her community. All right, so this is a long-term, this is someone who, you know, this energy is about investing for the long-term establishment of abundant manifestation. It's not a flash in the pan, make this happen right now, sort of event-driven, where Mother of Wands, she's very sort of in the moment, make things happening, being present, being confident, being public, being center stage to make something happen in a moment. You know, so she's like, you know, for the big event sort of energy. This energy is the long haul energy, you know, the slower pace, the quieter vibe, the more, like this is the, you know, the big show. And this is all of the sort of pre-production and post-production of the big show that allows it to carry on for longer and be more, allow it to become more enriched and valuable over time. So within this scenario, this is a problem that some of you may be dealing with. The Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so being frustrated, because the Knight of Pentacles is a slow-moving energy. It is, however, a tenacious energy. It's a loyal and steadfast energy. So, you know, for whoever this is connecting with, it seems like there is something that you really want to happen right now. You know, something that you really want to be, you know, an investment you really want the return on, or something that you really want to grow to a, you know, abundant fruition, but it's taking more time than you thought it would. So that can be frustrating and, you know, put you in that overstimulated, maddened sort of state. And then this is something that may help you through that particular Queen of Wands. Okay, do something creative, do something playful, do something, you know, extra. You have a double, you know, Queen of Wands, Mother of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, and then at the bottom of this deck, you have the Empress. All right, so this is a very divine, feminine, creative, exuberant, commanding, explosive energy. So while you're waiting for whatever it is that this is frustrating you, while you're waiting for this to come to fruition, while you're waiting for this opportunity to catch up with you and being in a state where, you know, it's prime for the offering and prime for the taking, you may need to do something else in the meantime. You know, something that is an event, something that does sort of create enthusiasm and sort of immediate, and not necessarily immediate, but you know, an explosive, eventful, connected sort of thing. Well, and it may be the holidays. It may be bringing, you know, you have a very, you know, divine, feminine, motherly, nurturing energy happening here. So it may be, you know, bringing family and friends together into connection for Thanksgiving or for Halloween, you know, even, you know, connecting with your community, connecting with those people that you love. Choose love no matter what. Your treasure is at hand. Draw your attention away from the frustration of waiting for whatever this is, and have a party for the people that are important to you. To, you know, to appreciate them, to thank them for how they've helped you, you know, and or how they've assisted you, or how they, you know, provide you with abundance and well-being, and, you know, and through your relationships with them. So yeah, it may be creating an opportunity to reconnecting with all of those things that you're grateful for, that you've already manifested, while you're waiting for this next opportunity to reach the right point of development. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I hope that was helpful for whoever that connected with. You need to get your people around you. You need your family around you. And you need to do it in a way to where, you know, you are really present with them and are conscious and aware of how much you appreciate them and are grateful for them. And then also, you know, how they are grateful and appreciative to have you in their life as well. So taking the time for that exchange of nurturing, abundant energy is going to reinforce and reinfuse this endeavor that you're waiting on to be even more expansive than you might have imagined. All right, it's just at a point to where you have to wait for whatever this is. So in that time, regroup, restabilize, find some new inspiration, you know, be aware and ready for a new message or a new inspiration to be bestowed upon you, and reconnect to that treasure that you already have around you. And that's going to serve you well and reinforce and reinfuse this opportunity when it finally does arrive, for even further growth and expansion than you may have expected. Great. All right, that's all I have for you for November, Virgo. I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that it was helpful for you, or interesting at least for you. If you'd like to know about the cards, the decks that I've used in this reading, they are listed in the description. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram or Pinterest, I'm going to be using those going into the end of the year. Those are listed in the description. If you'd like to book your own reading or contact me, that information is in the description as well. That is all that I have for you. I hope you have an amazing and a fantastic November, Virgo, and I will see you in December. Bye.